Okay. When we look at the word powerful, there's a few other words around it, maybe like empowerment. I just personally feel like out kind of like what Paris was saying, outside of how you can serve or impact another person, just as a human, not to always be spiritual, but like we have spirits. Like Earth is a school. We come here to learn emotions and limitations. But as a soul in a human body, we come here how, like, you come here alone. Um, and while community, family, like we're a communal species, that's all fine. We need each other. Not saying be hyper independent, but I am saying as a soul, you are powerful and you have a job, you have an assignment, you have happiness and pleasure and all these different emotions and things that you come here to learn. And the question was about women. So, in pertaining to women, outside of how we can serve another person, outside of how we can impact another person, just women, like who we are, when you think of a woman, you probably think of feminine traits. So, when we think of feminine traits outside of serving, maybe we think of course, expressing emotions. We talked about that earlier. We maybe think of like some bubbly energy, something fun, um, maybe something, like I said, that knows how to transmute energy from negative to positive. Um, I feel like there's many ways that anybody or anything can be powerful outside of a unit. And I feel like it really takes holes to be in a unit. You want to be whole on your own, at least to some extent. And I think the narrative that you're pushing, which none of us are perfect, but I feel like the narrative that you're pushing is that we are fragmented, or that we kind of like don't really have any value or power until we come together. And I just feel like that's false. Of course, there's always going to be more when you come together, always going to be more. But I feel like the first step, before you can even attract or like manifest the right partner or the right family,
Hmm.
you have to have some sort of foundation with and power within yourself,
Yeah.
man or
And,
woman. But the
and
question
where does
was
that?
about women.
But where does that come from, though? A mentor, a parent, a
No, that's
community
something that you
leader.
derive within yourself. That is self culture.
Mm-mm.
Of
We
course, you
all
have
Hold on,
God.
Lego. Hold on, Lego. You gotta let her finish, Lego. Let her finish.
go ahead.
But
Go ahead. Go ahead. We all go ahead. Cheers.
I just personally believe that outside of reading a book, watching a video, having a mentor,
mhm.
or like a parent that showed you the way,
Parent.
outside of those things, I feel like, which if you understand energy or God or the universe or whatever you want to call it, that is like a light or a flame that burns inside of you outside of like any external circumstances. Life is an inside job. You can't cheat that. So I believe that you can cultivate that power alone, unprovoked from anything else outside of you. Now, other things can help, they can add to the pot, but I do believe and know from firsthand experience that that can come from the inside out
Did you
versus
have a father?
outside pouring in.
Did you have a
Do I have
father?
a father?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's part of where your power comes from, your family, your mother and your father. So that's what I was saying. We are not powerful. We are valuable. You said the word value. We have value, and value is something that you can like get out of somebody by coming around them. But when you look at value, a diamond just laying on the ground doesn't have value until somebody picks up the diamond and utilizes the diamond. Gold, gas for your car isn't valuable until somebody puts the gas inside of the car. So nothing to a certain degree is really valuable until it's put to use. And it goes back to the need for another person. So altogether, I'm against individualism, and I think the woman empowerment bullcrap is always finding a way to make women feel like they are powerful by themselves. You are not. You
Well,
are.
that doesn't mean
I just want
my
to say this
power
last thing.
doesn't mean that you're
Hold on.
not.
I just want to say this. Women are conduits. All right. You are a beautiful, powerful conduit. But you alone are not powerful. You are valuable, but you are not powerful. We need each other. We are conduits to each other. You need another person to make you powerful. Same thing with us. We ain't shit without y'all.
I understand that. I see people commenting like, "Oh, I lived this perfect life. I had 2 parents." No,
I don't. You gotta
I
stay at the
did
comment.
not.
You gotta stay at the comment. Don't worry about the comment.
Okay, well, that's fine. But I know you did ask, "Do I have a father?" Yes, I have a father,
He made
but
you
I don't.
powerful.
What?
He made you powerful. That
Okay, well,
dynamic
I
between
don't
your
know
mom and dad
him,
made you powerful.
so I don't know him, and I would just like to say we can agree to disagree, and that's fine.
Okay.
So I just want to go back to the definition of powerful: having control or influence over people and events. If there is no people or no events to influence, then you can't exercise power. There
There's no
has to be.
power.
That's why you need more people in order to exercise power.
Thank you.
So,
I think we're not being honest when we
Thank
talk
you, bro.
about one of women's greatest source of power is, and one of women's greatest source of two of the greatest sources of power. Two things that I think people are afraid to say for whatever reason, but it's beauty and pleasure. Like if we want to be honest, those are really women's superpowers. A lot of the other things that we like to attribute to women as their powers are actually things that are male powers. Like for example, I heard someone say something about children or like a man has to have desire for you first in order to even place a child into your womb. Your womb doesn't do anything, which is why every month it expels itself because it cannot do anything unless
Yes.
it's filled with a seed. So
It
I feel
actually
like
dies.
we give a lot of women the credit for childbirth and for the credit for reproducing children and procreation when procreation starts with male lust. No matter what way you shake it, if a dick don't get hard, children don't get born. It starts with the phallus. I don't know why we keep pretending as though somehow women are creating these children when the children are being created in the mind of the man when he desires the woman. That's where the child starts. Even if you look at how sperm functions, sperm move, eggs don't. Sperm think, they make decisions, eggs don't. The egg can't even move through the body without being pushed by the fallopian tube. It literally has no ability to move, no ability to think, no ability to make decisions. So we got to stop taking things that are actually male powers and attributing them to females because that doesn't make sense.